chapter 27, go to verse 32. Let me know when you have it, and I'm going to start reading it. And then I have different versions of it, so we're going to get straight to the point. Matthew 27, we're going to start at verse 32. Today is called, What If Jesus Had an Attitude? What if Jesus had an attitude? I know everybody knows that your attitude is everything. I'm sure everybody you've heard that, in school, teachers probably have told you that. Many people say your attitude is everything. Many people become successful not only by their grades, their look alone, but it has a lot to do with your attitude towards life and towards people. I'm going to tell a quick story, and then I'm going to do some interactive stuff about my attitude that I had growing up, or once I became a young mother. I had a positive attitude pretty much early on when I became a young mother. I had to become optimistic and believe that things were going to get better. If I did not have that attitude of, hey, it's a possibility I still can become wealthy. It's a possibility that I still can have, children that be successful. It's a possibility that things will get better. I would still be stuck in the same place we were stuck in several years ago. Only way that I was able to become a new creature was renewing my mind and staying in a positive state. My attitude is what got me to this point right now. Help someone. Jesus knew what he had to do. It wasn't about him, but if he made it about him and decided not to become a sacrifice, what if he was self-centered and didn't care if the world died and went to hell without the opportunity to have eternal life? What if he had the attitude that I don't want to do this? This is not about me. I'm not about to sacrifice my entire life so others can have eternal life. What if he got up every day and did something for himself instead of going out healing the sick and teaching the disciples the word of God? What if he said, I don't feel like feeding the multitudes. I don't want to raise the dead. How often do we get up with an underlying attitude about who we are, what we deserve, and what we want and will do? We live in a society that says it's okay to have an attitude. It's okay to be self-centered. It's okay to want. It's okay to be self-centered. It's okay to want and never give. It's okay to never see about other people because we are living in such a fast-paced life. We are so busy. We don't have time to call our loved ones. We don't have time to check in. We don't have time to stop over. We don't have time to see about anybody else. Jesus showed us by example what our attitude should be at all times. That is to surrender and to be at service on what God calls us to do. We are here on the planet for one reason and one reason only. That's to be of service. It's not to be of self-centeredness. Your attitude can make or break you. I'm sure you all heard this before. Your attitude can be the reason for your demise. Jesus knew since he came upon the earth what he had to do and what his purpose was. He had to become the ultimate sacrifice for the dying world. So what does God cause us to do? He calls us to live in peace. He calls us to love our neighbor as ourselves. He calls us to give. He calls us to not have idols outside of him. He calls us to be a living sacrifice for his name's sake. The only way to do this is to throw away our attitudes and to truly follow him. He had to say, God, forgive them, for they know not what they do. They were mocking him. He was dying for them. He was making the ultimate sacrifice for them. And And they were laughing at him, mocking him, talking about him while he was on the cross dying. He made the sacrifice in spite of what they were doing to him. Most of us would have said, psh, I ain't about to do nothing for them. You understand? If somebody say something crazy to us, do we help people that we don't like? Do we help people that talk about us? How is our attitude toward the people that do wrong against us? We're not going to go and say, I'm still going to go up on that cross when you have people who've done evil things towards you.